Yo, what is going on, guys? My name is Spurs and welcome into another NBA 2K rebuild video. In today's video, you guys, we are going to be focusing on the the San Antonio Spurs. My apologies. I was just reading information that Sacramento Kings just picked up DeMar DeRozan with assistance from the Spurs, so they're on my mind. But the Spurs have picked up Paul George to pair with Wemby. And they also drafted a really good player down here in Stephon Castle. So we're hopefully going to develop Stephon Castle in today's video. We might make a couple of big moves to speed up this rebuild a little bit. We're going to give ourselves 3 years to get the Spurs into playoff contention. But we may even extend that out if we don't hit it, but we're close. So yeah. I'm really excited for this video. It's going to be really interesting. Obviously, Wemby had an amazing rookie year. Devin Vassell was pretty good last year, and he's probably going to be quite an important piece for us moving forward. Obviously, we have Keldon Johnson, who can be moved if we need to. Trey Jones, Zach Collins, Chris Paul is going to be our starting point guard, potentially going to move to the bench later in the year. And we also now have Harrison Barnes, so this is updated fully. And yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see what happens with that. So I don't think any of these other guys are really going to get too much time on the field. Do we need to give anyone else any qualifying offers? I don't believe so. I actually don't think I'm going to bring back any of these guys. We might bring back Dominic Barlow if we need to. But I don't think we have much cap space to play around with. We'll have a look here. We don't have anyone here that's needs to be worried about. Can potentially look to bring in a Saddiq Bey. That could shore up our bench a little bit. And Saddiq Bey apparently hasn't had many offers out there. We can't actually bring in Saddiq Bey. Okay. Okay, that's interesting. I thought we could. So maybe we just move into player progression. I do like the team as it is. So we'll see if we can bring back. So Dominic Barlow accepts a qualifying offer. Sandro accepts 2, which is great. So player progression, Wemby is up to a 93 overall. Devin Vassell is an 82 overall. Chris Paul drops all the way down to a 76 overall, which is what we didn't want, but he's 39. We're probably going to lose him at the end of this year. That's completely fine. Harrison Barnes is also a 76 overall too. So definitely players we can look to move on in the offseason. We do have a really early pick in 2025. So I don't want to be amazing because we can definitely move up in the draft, but I don't want to be bad either. I kind of want to be thereabouts. So we're going to hopefully get maybe like a Ace Bailey or someone like that. That would be actually a really cool addition to this team. A Cooper Flag also would be really good, but we could potentially make some big moves at the deadline and kind of avoid that. So we need to cut a couple of players. So I think that's going to just be, Charles Bassey. Unfortunately, we can't. Harrison Ingram, I want to keep around. Sade Sudoku, I don't think he's going to get much time. We might just release Sudoku, and just Sandro. Yeah, we'll let him go. Okay, so moving into next. We still have, we have 16 players. So we still have someone else we need to get rid of too. Are we really going to use Champagny? I have no idea. Juan Nunez, I kind of want to keep around. We can send him to the G League. I think Champagny is going to be that guy. Might be silly, but I don't think we're going to use him next year. So in the roster, we're going to send a couple players down to the G League. We're going to send Harrison Ingram, and we're also going to send Juan Nunez down there. We're going to structure this starting lineup a little bit differently, I think. So they have it a little bit spread out here. So Trey Jones can definitely be our 6-man. I like that. And I think I want to give Stephon Castle more minutes too. So we'll go 24 to Castle. Zach Collins, yeah, he can get quite a lot of minutes. Harrison Barnes is going to get some minutes too. Malachi Branham, maybe we'll go 15. And yeah, it leaves Blake Wesley and Dominic Barlow out of the lineup, but that's okay. So we'll give more minutes to Sohan. We might go 30 minutes. Yeah, I want to get some more minutes to those guys. Okay, so we'll drop Zach Collins down to maybe 16 minutes of Branham. And then we'll give some more minutes. We'll go 26 to Paul. We'll go 28 to Vassell, 28 to Keldon Johnson, 30 to Sohan, and 34 to Wemby. I guess we can do that. And let's see. So we're a 3-star defensive team with 3.5-star balance, 3.5-star pace and space. Pace and space seems to work a little bit more. Actually, post-centric kind of looks a little bit better. Okay, we might just go a balanced lineup with Greg Popovich for this year. So again, we don't want to be amazing and we don't want to be bad. So what I'm going to do is see you guys at the deadline. We might make a couple moves. If we are... Okay, that's a terrible start. If we're looking like we're going to be okay, we might make some moves for the better. If it look like we're going to be bad, we might try and get a first overall pick, but we'll see how things go. So we're here at the trade deadline, and I don't think Popovich is going to be our coach after next year. I think maybe getting a better coach in, like, not that Popovich is a great, like, not a good coach. He is a great coach, but I just think maybe a new direction for the Spurs would be great as well. So let's just have a look at some of the stats. We're here at the trade deadline. So I think Wemby's going to be leading the way. Yeah, Wemby's leading the way. 26 points, 13 rebounds, 3.4 assists. Keldon Johnson, Devin Vassell, Stephon Castle in his first year is actually playing really well as well. And yeah, Chris Paul is not playing well at all. So what I'm thinking is to kind of enhance Stephon Castle a little bit. It's not like a him rebuild at all, but I feel like maybe throwing him into the point guard spot might be smart. I know he's 6'5", but having Chris Paul come off the bench might be a little bit better for us. And then we can maybe move Trey Jones to a shooting guard spot, even though he's a good point guard, but you know, just to round out that bench. So we might just make those trades for now. I don't know if we want to be good or we want to be bad. Someone I'm kind of thinking about is like a Lauri Markkanen. I feel like Lauri would be so good for this team. And what happens if we... I know we get Lauri Markkanen all the time though. What happens if we change Sohan to a small forward? He goes up. Okay. I think Keldon Johnson becomes expendable then. I know he's having a pretty good year. Sohan's not having the greatest year, but I think maybe bringing in a Lauri Markkanen would be such a good pickup for this team. We could look to maybe bring in another point guard or a better point guard, but if we could bring in Lauri, I think that definitely makes sense to turn this team into a win now team. Okay, so let's see where our guy Lauri Markkanen is. Is he still on the Jazz? Or has he been moved? I think he's still there. Okay, cool. So Lauri Markkanen is here. We're going to throw in Keldon Johnson. So that evens up a little bit there. And we have so many picks, man. We have so many picks. We might even save some of these picks for a big move in 2025. So let's throw in a 2026 first round pick. Is that going to get it done? That doesn't get it done. Who else can we maybe look to trade? I don't know if they'd want Harrison Barnes, but we could potentially throw. We do need another. We do need a backup power. Power forward if we do want to do that. We can throw Charles Bassey in this. They accept. Okay, so we get Lauri Markkanen on this team, and we don't really even give up much. I'm gonna look for maybe a backup power forward as well. Not sure who we kind of want to go after in this sort of position. Patrick Williams would be really nice as a backup power forward. I'm not sure what we can give up to bring him in, but that would be kind of fun. We can maybe throw in Harrison Barnes. I know he's only a 2-star, but Harrison Barnes, we can definitely look to move on. Unless we go like a Blake Wesley. Harrison Barnes not being great off the bench. And that's an invalid trade. Okay. So then we'll need to bring back, like, would you do a Royce O'Neal? Like, Royce O'Neal could definitely be that backup for us. And look, we got so many first round picks later on. I'll throw this out there. They won't do that. I'll throw in another first round pick, or we can do it to a couple seconds because we're not going to use these seconds at all, man. That's for sure. I kind of want to move us into a better position for next year. So let's see if they'll accept that, and they will. Okay, so we bring in Patrick Williams and we bring in Laurie Marketing. I think that makes our team a million times better. So we're going to do Laurie over to the power forward spot. That's what we need to do first. And then we're going to play Sohan. So Laurie is going to go up as a power forward. That's cool. So then we'll go back in here. We'll switch this around. So Sohan's going to start for us. They want Chris Paul to start, but I think we just throw Stefan Castle in there. And maybe Malachi Branham doesn't actually get minutes for us, which is kind of sad. I kind of wanted to give him some minutes, but let's see if we can get Chris Paul a ring playing like 14 minutes a night. Zach Collins is still on this team. He can play 16. Patrick Williams and Trey Jones can maybe play maybe 24 apiece. And then we'll go 28 to Castle, 28 to Vassell, 30 to Sohan, 32 to Markkinen, and 34 to Wemby. I think that's a lot better. I mean, let me know if you'd make those sort of moves down below. I think this is going to make our team so much better. And then we bring in a better player next year, a better coach next year. Sorry. It definitely is going to improve. But maybe Stephen Castle's not the right guy to lead us here. Maybe we should look for a better point guard. But we'll have a look. So Chris Paul will resign. Let's see if he'll just accept like an $8.5 million 1-year deal. He accepts, so he's going to stay around, which is fine by me. And there's a few players we're going to actually have to pay at the end of the year. Let's go through to the end of the season. Hopefully we can win a few more games, and I'll see you guys in the end of the season. So at the end of the first season in charge of the Spurs, Luka Doncic is your MVP. Rookie of the year goes to Alex Sarr. Sixth man of the year goes to Russell Westbrook. Defensive player of the year goes to Wemby, which is great to see. Kate Cunningham, most improved. Clutch player of the year, Jason Tatum. And the Knicks guys are coach and executive of the year. So Wemby finished fourth there. Are we going to get any other players on any of these teams? I don't think so. Not actually surprised we don't. Do we get any rookie? We get Castle finish third in the rookie of the year race, which is nice to see. Amazing. And we finished as this ninth seed. So we're in the playoff runs, which is nice. So next year we definitely want to see some improvement. So Laurie definitely came in and helped a lot. So Wemby 24 points, 12 rebounds. Laurie Marketing 23 points, almost 8. Devin Vassell 15, almost 16, and then decent stats across the board. Castle, Trey Jones, and Patrick Williams are also pretty good there for us too. Wemby obviously leading the way in rebounds, and Chris Paul still leading the way in assists. But Jeremy Sohan and Stephen Castle are a little bit behind, but not too far. So let's see if we can get ourselves out of the playoffs. I think I actually don't know what we're gonna do. I think we might have to go down to like an 8-man rotation, and we're gonna shrink this down quite a bit. But hopefully we can actually keep Castle in this team. So they want to give Chris Paul minutes, unless Castle misses out, which I kind of don't like. We're gonna bench Zach Collins, who had an okay year, but we're going to give more minutes to Stephen Castle. We're going to give him some playoff experience and see how he goes. So, look, not the worst team ever. I think next year we definitely need to find ourselves a good point guard if Stephen Castle doesn't jump forward too much. Persistent proficiency is a 4-star balance, which is nice to see. Are we going to get out of the first round or the playoffs? Or play-in, sorry. That's the question. So, let's see what happens here. We win and we go up against Golden State. Who do the Suns actually have now? Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, Grayson Allen. So they haven't changed at all. Going up against Golden State, who have Curry, Hield, Andrew Wiggins, Jonathan Kuminga, Trace Jackson-Davis, Draymond Green. I think my next rebuild is going to actually be a Golden State Warriors rebuild. But let's see if we get through this game and we get eliminated. Okay, so we don't even make it to the playoffs. That's okay. I didn't actually expect that considering our record last year. But we made some big moves, which definitely put us in contention. Like, you can definitely see the vision of the future. Jokic, Chichi, Western Conference Finals MVP, and Halliburton is Eastern Conference Finals MVP. And the Nuggets win in 6. Wow. Congrats to the Nuggets. Okay, it's time. It's time to make some big moves. We can't actually overwrite LeBron James' retirement, unfortunately. Westbrook does retire. Eric Gordon does retire. Conley retires. Al Horford, Kyle Lowry retire. Does anyone else retire? I don't think so. No one we need to worry about, really. So we don't say goodbye to Popovich. Okay. Interesting. A draft lottery is going to be really interesting for us because we could potentially bring in a Cooper Flag to this team. We're projected to be 6, 13, and 14. We also have another pick there somewhere, I think. Maybe it's protected. But let's have a look and see. So we're 14, 13, 14, and... Did we drop lower? And 20. Okay, so maybe we can look to trade into the top 5. I guess we'll have a look and see. But we need to bring in a new coach, I think. We need a new vision for this team. I know they just signed Popovich for a long deal, but this pains me. This pains me. I kind of want to maybe bring in like a Joe Mazzulla. A Joe Maz or a Mark Daigneault would be insane for this team. So I'm sorry, Popovich. I'm sorry. I'm really, really, really sorry. We're going to offer Joe Maz the absolute bag. And we're going to also offer Mark Daigneault the bag as well. And they might get blocked. They might not. But let's see. We get Joe Mazzulla. He's not going to get blocked. We get Joe Mazzulla to be our coach. Oh my goodness. Okay, I am absolutely stoked with that. NBA draft time. Let's have a look and see what happens. What comes our way. What I'm going to do is look to trade. We're going to look to get the... I don't know. Do we go top 5? Or do we try and get like... Do we try and just trade into the first overall pick? The Grizzlies had the first overall pick. Like, we can go 13, 14, 20. Will they trade that? They won't. They want Lauri Markkanen, and they'll give us Desmond Bane. That won't happen. But we can give you that, and we can give you... who can we give you? I don't even know. I don't want to give you really any of these guys. Everyone's out of contract. We could just throw Zach Collins in here. You can't actually accept that. Okay. Would you accept this? They won't. We actually can't give them anyone really. Everyone's kind of expired. Can you do Royce O'Neal? You can't. Are we really going to trade like a bunch of first round picks? Will you accept that? They won't. Okay. That's okay. That's okay. Let's see if we can get maybe the 2nd overall pick. I know this is probably really silly. We'll go 3rd. We'll go 3rd. We'll see if the Wizards will accept this. They won't. Will they accept a couple, like a 2nd as well? They won't. Will they maybe accept Branham? Not Branham. Zach Collins. They could potentially. And they agree. Okay, so we get pick 3. I'm happy with that. Let's see. So Cooper Flag goes number 1. That's okay. Nolan Trail goes number 2. So we can bring in Ace Bailey, which I love. I love that. We're gonna bring in Ace Bailey. Welcome in Ace Bailey, and that's our draft. I was hoping Cooper Flag was gonna fall to 3. Sometimes it happens, but we bring in Ace Bailey, who we can move to the shooting, the small forward spot. Welcome in Ace Bailey. Team player options, obviously Wemby, Sohan. Do we want to bring in back Malachi Branham? I think we bring back all these guys, which is great to see. Qualifying offers, Dominic Barlow. We're not going to offer him that, unfortunately. We're going to move on from him. So do we have to worry about anyone? Trey Jones. We can actually keep around. So we'll look to bring back Trey Jones. Depends how much money he wants. He wants 15 mil. Sure, we'll see if he'll accept this. And then we need a center as well. Maybe we can make a trade for a backup center. So Trey Jones is going to come back. Welcome back, Trey Jones. Do we have a center here? Zach Collins is sitting here. He wants an absolute bag, which I'm kind of glad we traded him. Darren Sharp is here. We can actually offer Darren Sharp a bag. Oh, a small little bag. I'm actually happy to do that. Will you come and play? You will. Okay, look at that. They both sign. Okay, I am absolutely stoked with that. I don't think there's anyone else we need to really worry about. Everyone's kind of going to go up next year, which is going to be great. So if we go roster here, we can actually move. Where is Ace Bailey? We can move Ace Bailey up to the small forward spot. He goes to an 81 overall. Our team's looking really nice. Do we actually have anyone else we can offer money to? How much can we afford? We can only afford the minimum. Okay, let's see if anyone's down here that would want to come play with Chris Paul and Wemby for a minimum. Like Sam Merrill could be kind of cool for the vibes. Josh Richardson is always good for the vibes, but I don't think he can just kind of fill out our roster, I guess. We'll offer him a contract to see if he wants to come and play. And he joins us. Okay. I think that's it. I think that's all we need to worry about. Chris Paul is going to regress like mad, so he's probably going to get 10 minutes a night. And Barlow comes back on the offer. So player progression, everyone is going up. We love to see that. Except for Chris Paul, who's a 74 overall. Okay, so he is definitely going to get only like 10 minutes a night, which is fine by us. I don't think many of these guys are going to crack the rotation like Royce O'Neal and stuff. So I'm going to set this rotation, and I'll see you guys at the start of year 2. So the game wants to start Stephen Castle and Ace Bailey. So I'm going to listen to the game. We're going to do that. I'm going to throw 29 minutes to Castle, 28 minutes to Vassell. Ace Bailey is going to get 31 minutes, Markkanen 30. We might actually change that, go 32, 34. Sohan is going to be our 6-man, 26 minutes. Patrick Williams, Darren Sharp, Trey Jones, and Chris Paul here as well. So Royce O'Neal, Nunez, and these guys aren't going to get any time, which is fine. If I don't think we're going to be hitting, anything amazing towards the trade deadline, we might stop and maybe trade for a better point guard and just have Castle as a 6-man. But we'll see what happens. Chris Paul's going to get 10 minutes. Hopefully we can get him a ring. Under the coaching guidance of Joe Mazzulla, we are a 3.5-star balance, but hopefully once Ace Bailey plays a little bit, that will change. We could even start Sohan, but Ace Bailey was a better overall, I believe. That's not a great start. Let's see what's averaging, what's going on so far. So 20 points, 10. Ace Bailey is cooking already. Stephen Castle, hopefully he improves a little bit. But yeah, I love this team. This team hopefully will get us to the playoffs. But I'll see you guys at the deadline if we need to. If not, I'll see you guys at the end of the year. Well, I'm not sure what actually happened there, but we had a very bad end to the season. Luka Doncic is your MVP back-to-back. Ace Bailey is the Rookie of the Year from the Spurs, so we did well trading up to get him. 6-man of the Year goes to Topic. Claxton is Defensive Player of the Year, so not Wemby this year. Devin Carter most improved. Clutch Player of the Year goes to Trey Young, Billy Donovan, and John Murphy, the executives on the OKC. Okay, interesting. Let's see what happens with our team. So Wemby is on the Spurs there on the second All-NBA second team. He wasn't even on any of these. Wow, he wasn't even on first or sec. Am I tripping? He wasn't on second team. Wow. Okay, interesting. So we are the 10th seed. So we somehow were worse than last year. Chris Paul has unfortunately lost his spot in the lineup, but he's still going to get a ring. We extended him for $4 million next year. He's still going to get a ring. He's just not going to start. So Branham is back in the lineup. We need to actually maybe switch someone to balance out some of these minutes. We might switch over Trey Jones back to point guard. We'll see what happens if we do that. So we might actually drop this straight down to bench utilization. We might bring up a little bit. We'll go 30. We might drop this down to an 8-man rotation and see what happens. They want to actually start Trey Jones. They don't actually want to. Okay. Interesting. I don't actually want to lose Stephen Castle. I think his defense is quite important. I'll quickly look at the stats. My apologies. I didn't show you guys those. So next year, we're definitely going to make some big moves, I think. So Wemby led the way. Lauren Markkanen, 15 points as well. Ace Bailey, 15. Castle was actually pretty good, 12 and 6 rebounds, 7 assists as well. I think he led the way in assists, and obviously Wemby led the way there. So that's pretty good. We're kind of up against the Lakers. The Lakers who have D'Angelo Russell, Austin Reeves, Hachimura, Lamar Stevens, and Anthony Davis with John Collins off the bench. Dalton Connect. Do they still have Bronny? They do have Bronny. Cool. How's Bronny going? Hasn't even played. Okay. Cool. Let's see what happens here. We get eliminated. Okay, so we don't even last very long. We're going into our last season. We need to get Wemby a ring. We need to get Chris Paul a ring. So we might have to be a little bit creative with what we do. And it's going to be the Thunder in 6th. And Shea is going to be your Finals MVP. Okay, so we have Joe Mazzulla on our team. Klay Thompson retires on the Mavs. And we don't see a retirement from Chris Paul. Does Pop retire now? He doesn't. Okay, interesting. Draft lottery. We don't have any picks really, so it's going to be really fun to deal with. Staff signing. We're obviously going to keep Joe Maz around. I think we need to fill out this team a little bit. I still don't know if this actually helps or not. But it's probably good to fill it out anyway. I just assume that they probably do help your team a little bit. Not obviously like win you games, but it's just good to have your team filled out. And okay, so we've got 2 declines. Okay, nice. So they don't believe in us at all. Hopefully we win a chip and these guys don't win anything. That would be great. That would be absolutely great. We'll see. You got no interest in being. I think that was the guy that rejected us actually. So how about this guy? He's got like no interest, which is great. We love to see that. All our money is probably going to Joe Mazzulla, which he deserves it. That's fine. We need a wing rest, bro. Hello. We'll go Kevin Hansen. These guys are mulling and no, we're gonna decline for Monty Williams. They're mulling still, and they're at sign. Okay, cool. So NBA draft time. I don't think we have any picks in this year's draft, which is fine. We do actually have a pick. Okay, we have pick 9. Okay, I didn't even see that. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're maybe gonna look to propose a trade. I'm going to come up with something. I'm going to see what we can do. Okay, we're going to call up the Cleveland Cavaliers, and we're going to see if we can send Trey Jones and a first-round pick, our pick 9, over to them for Darius Garland. Now, Darius Garland would be a great little addition onto this team. We need some more scoring, and I feel like he's going to be that good piece. We can move Stephen Castle down to a 6-man role. I feel like that's going to be great for him. And this kind of gets us Darius Garland, who is just a good player, all-around good player. And they accept. We don't even need to banter a little bit. They just straight up accept, which is great to see. And can we maybe we got Dash Daniels there. I don't think we need these picks really. We'll just take Dash here. And we might just let the GM do some of these trades. So Cam Brazil at number 1 to the Thunder, AJ Demansky to the Kings, Peterson to the Grizzlies. Cool. Rookie signing. We'll give Daniels a contract. I don't think this guy's going to be any good, which is fine. Team player options. Obviously, we want to bring back these 2 straight into our lineup. And qualifying offers, we have Sohan, which we need to really worry about. Harrison Ingram, I think we can just keep on the qualifying offer if we need to. And Branham, he's been an okay bench piece for us, so we need to kind of worry about him. So Sohan wants $30 million and Branham wants 20. So Josh Richardson we're going to renounce the rights on. Royce O'Neal we're going to renounce the rights on too. And we'll see if we can keep these other guys, I guess. But we gonna have to wait and see maybe after moratorium what actually happens with these guys. So Branham they're going down a little bit. We might go through. So Sohan has a few offers, none that are really like big, which is good for us. I'd like to keep Sohan on the team. Branham we don't really need to. So if we can bring Sohan back for like 23 mil over 3 years, that'd be great. We might actually see if we can wait till a little bit later. Branham I'd like to keep around, but not for that much money. That's insane money for him. Okay, so day 8, Branham's under 20 mil. We'll make Sohan be our priority. We'll go, oh, whoa. Okay, we'll go 23 mil. We'll see if he wants to do that. And Branham will bring back for 15 mil, and we'll see if he does that. Do these guys have any proper contracts? So he's going to come back to us, and he's going to come back to us too. And they both sign. They don't both sign. Malachi Branham is thinking about it. Okay, he comes back. Okay, cool. So we signed both those guys back. Player progression is going to be important. Hopefully it's kind to us. Nunes comes back. Ingram comes back. And player progression, Wemby is a 95 overall. Ace Bailey's up to an 85 overall. Garland's an 85 overall. Castle's up to an 80 overall. Cool. Okay, so I think we're ready to take on this last season. Hopefully we can do better than this season. Obviously we're out in the play-ins, and the last season before that we're out in the play-ins too. So I actually want to see some playoff contention. If we're close, we'll run it back a fourth year. But let's see what this lineup's going to look like. So obviously we want to make this probably a 10-man rotation. So Garland, Vassell, Ace Bailey, Markkanen, and Wemby are going to be leading the way. Sohan, they want to give... I think we might... I kind of want to give Castle more minutes than Sohan. I kind of want to win him a 6-man of the year award. I don't know why. I just want to see him be 6-man of the year. So we'll give him... I know we just paid Branham. We'll give him 26 minutes. We'll give Vassell more minutes too. I want to see some of these guys take big steps forwards. Sharp, Branham, Nunes, Ingram, Chris Paul, and Dash Daniels don't get any time, but that's okay. So under Joe Maz, we are going to be hopefully a 4-star. Okay, that's fine. Hopefully Ace Bailey improves during the year to get us up there a little bit. Game 1 against the Pelicans, we lose. Okay, that is not good at all. They actually have a decent team. They don't have an amazing center, but then we beat the 76ers. Okay. I think we just have to trust the process. I'll see you guys either at the end of the year or at the trade deadline. Hopefully we make it this year. So Luka on the Clippers wins your MVP. That's 3 for him, I'm pretty sure. Rookie of the year goes to AJ DeBanster. 6-man of the year goes to Jaden Hardy in the Mavs. 22 points from him is amazing to see. I'm pretty sure that's a huge jump for him. Yeah, wow. Well done to Jaden Hardy. Our defensive player of the year is Wemby, again, back to where he belongs. Kobe Buffkin is the most improved. Wemby is also the clutch player of the year. Coach of the year goes to Billy Donovan, and John Murphy is executive of the year, which is nice to see. I don't think we're going to get anyone else on any of these teams, which is fine by me. We are the 7th seed again, man. Are you kidding? I actually thought we were going to be so much better. So when you reset this is the lineup. I think we might run with that for the playoffs. Oh, man. We were like the 1st seed for a while too. And then I don't even know what happened, man. So they are the stats right there. I think Wemby might be just too ball dominant. I'm not even sure. But yeah, that's the stats. Not too bad. Not too good either. Are we just going to get eliminated straight away? We win, and we're in the playoffs, guys. We're in the playoffs. Okay. So I'm gonna drop this down to an 8-man rotation, and it probably means Castle is out of the lineup, which I don't want to do. So unfortunately, we're gonna remove Branham from there, and we're gonna play Castle because I just feel like Castle's an important guy. And system proficiency is hopefully going to net us a 4.5 star. It's a 4-star still. Okay, that's fine. Ace Bailey's definitely improved while the season's gone on. We're going to simulate the play-ins, and we're going to see if we can get past this Timberwolves team. So game 1 goes to the Spurs. Game 2 goes to the Timberwolves. Game 3 goes to the Timberwolves. Game 4 goes to the Spurs. Game 5 goes to the Spurs. And Game 6 goes to the Timberwolves. Okay. We're going... I didn't mean to click that. I said we're going to simcast. We're going to Game 7, but we get eliminated. So we take a step forward. And Wemby needs to get paid in this offseason, which is going to be fun. Ant and Tyrese Halliburton are your finals MVPs. So the Timberwolves beat us and then managed to make it all the way through, sweeping the Portland Trailblazers and almost sweeping the Nuggets. So we did better than them than we did. So it's going to be Alvarado, Edwards, McDaniels, Cat, Gobert. Dillingham is going to be the 6-man. Interesting. Coming up against this Magic team, which is very interesting. And the the Magic win in 7. Okay, Paolo is your finals MVP. Good for them. We're going one more year. We just have to go one more year. I don't see Chris Paul on here at all, which is a good thing. Hopefully we can extend him. Staff retirements. I don't see anyone on here, which is cool. I wonder where our guy ended up. I wonder where Greg Popovich ended up. So I don't think we have any picks in this draft. We have to pick 20. Which we might actually need to look at. We might actually just draft someone and maybe trade them. I'm not sure. So Dremaz has a little bit longer left on his contract. This is our last year in charge of the Spurs. And then we have to move on. I think the next reboot I might do is going to be maybe the Golden State Warriors or something. So pick 20. I think we're just going to pick probably the best person available. Derek Nicholson seems good. Sure, done. And I think we have a couple of second round picks, or maybe just one. We'll get another Ingram on the team, sure. We'll bring him in. We'll let the general manager do the last couple. So rookie signings, we'll get both of these guys in. Team player options. Dash Daniels will bring in 2. Stephen Castle's going to accept, and so is Ace Bailey. So that's going to be really good. But we have to pay a certain Victor Wembanyama, which is going to be big money for him. We're just going to give him literally whatever he wants, and he can have that. We're not going to make the same mistake as we did in the last video, and hopefully he just signs that. Chris Paul, I'd like to bring back for one more year too. I want to get this man a ring. I really do want to get this man a ring. So let's see. So Chris Paul and Wemby both agree to come back, which is nice to see. Daron Sharp is out here too, but we don't have rights on for him apparently, which is a little bit annoying. We probably should have looked to extend him in the season, but I did not see that. Where is Daron Sharp? There he is. He wants 17 mil, which we can afford to give him. So we'll just throw a contract his way, and he's going to come back too, which is great to see. So we get all our guys in. They're all going to sign with us. And we got the Rooks here, which we can probably look to sign. We have 5 mil in cap space for somebody. I don't think that's going to really get us anyone. Do we make any trades? Do we look to bring someone in? Do we look to move this team around a little bit? I honestly do not have a clue. I'm a bit lost, to be honest. Let's see. I don't think we want to maybe sign any of these guys. Maybe Isaiah Joe is maybe worth a small little contract. We'll bring him in. See if he wants to come and play for us. And he does. Okay, cool. I'm gonna see what we can maybe look to trade. I'm not sure if we're gonna trade anyone, but I'm just gonna see who is out there for some of these guys. Maybe Devin Vassell can be moved on, even though he had a pretty good year for us last year. Laurie has been a bit disappointing. So maybe Laurie Markkinen could be on the trade table. We could look for a new power forward. We do have some picks we can maybe throw in there too. So I'm going to see what's around. So at the end of the 4th and final year in charge, Tyrese Halliburton is your MVP. Darius Akuf Jr. is the Rookie of the Year. 6th Man of the Year goes to Nikola Topic. I think he's done that a couple years in a row. Well, what? Okay, yeah, cool. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Wemby. Cameron Booth most improved. Clutch Player of the Year goes to Donovan Mitchell. Billy Donovan and John Murphy are your coach and executives of the year. We end up being the 2nd seed. Okay, I'm actually quite happy with that. That's a big jump from where we were last year. There are the season stats for you guys to have a look at. There are the rebounds. There are the assists. So I think we just have to just go crazy from the get-go. We're going to drop this down to a 9-man rotation. We're going to see how things go. They want to leave out Daron Sharp. Okay, interesting. He was actually pretty good this year. But Chris Paul is still on the list. That's the most important thing. Hopefully we can get our man a ring. So simulate the play-ins. We come up against the Dallas Mavericks, who have Marcus Sasser, Kyrie Irving, Torian Prince, PJ Washington, and Walker Kessler. Okay, so game 1 goes to the Mavs. Game 2. Game 3 goes to the Sacramento. Oh, why do I keep saying Sacramento? Game 4 goes to the Spurs. Game 5 goes to the Spurs, and game 6 goes to the Spurs. Okay, so we get out of round 1. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Is anyone actually like letting us down right now? No. No one's letting us down right now. Everyone's actually playing quite okay. All right, so who do we get in the next round? We get Minnesota. So we're redemption against Minnesota. Dillingham is into the lineup. Yeah, Anthony Edwards, Jalen McDaniels, Rudy Gobert, Naz Reid. Okay, and Keldon Johnson. I saw Keldon Johnson's name right there. I'm actually scared. I'm actually very scared. Game 1 goes to the Wolves. Game 2 goes to us. Game 3 goes to the Wolves. Game 4 goes. Brother, what is going on? What is going on? We brought Joe Mazzulla over into our team. Oh my God, Stephen Castle's out of the lineup. Okay, let's see. Game 5 against the Timberwolves. What happens? Come on, Spurs. Come on. Pretty even first quarter. We're ahead of the second. They have a better third, but we are storming away in the last, and we managed to win by 12 points. So we bring it back. So game 6 against the Timberwolves. Let's see what happens here. We get off to a pretty good start. Our second quarter is also okay. As long as we don't choke it here in the third, which it looks like we might be close to doing. The fourth quarter is also pretty good as well. And we managed to win by 5. And we force a game 7. So I'm happy with that. Let's just quickly reset that. Branham is in over Vassell, which is really interesting. So game 7 against the Timberwolves. We have a pretty good first quarter. Our second quarter is okay too. The third quarter is rubbish, man. Actually, we're fighting back a little bit. But we gave up 36 points. And our fourth quarter looks like we're going to go down and we get eliminated. Okay. Okay, I'm depressed now. Cade Cunningham and Chet Holmgren are Western Eastern Conference Finals MVPs, and the Thunder win in 7. We're going again. We're going again. I'm doing this one more time. We need to get Wemby a ring. Chris Paul, we're gonna override that for 1 year. Steph Curry, KD, a bunch of legends retire, so go well in your futures, my guys. Let's just rush through all of this. Staff signing. I'm hoping Joe Maz is still our coach, but maybe that's the issue. Maybe that's what we need to consider. He's got 1 more year, so this is our last year. No more extending after this. This is our last year. NBA draft time. I don't know what pick we have. We have pick 12. Okay. I am going to look to make a trade. Okay, I couldn't find anyone to trade, but I have an idea in mind of what we can do. So we pick up the best available player to us, and we're going to sign him to a contract. And team player options is going to be important. So we're going to bring Ace Bailey back on this, and I think we need to pay. Stephen Castle. Okay, so that's going to be a worrying aspect. But Stephen Castle can move to our shooting guard position next year. I think he'll go up when we do that. We may as well just offer the qualifying offers to these guys. They could be trade pieces. We also have to pay Darius Garland too. Damn, that's going to be crazy. So Garland, we're just going to offer a $30 million contract to. Yeah, we'll sure offer him that. And Stephen Castle, we're just going to pay the bag to as well. Branham, we can let walk. I think I'm fine with letting Branham go. Yeah, we're gonna let Branham go. So Castle and we want to keep. Oh, okay. Maybe Dash Daniels we let go and we keep. Maybe we let go of Malachi Branham. There we go. Okay. Okay, that's fine. I'm fine with that. Malachi Branham can walk. We're gonna keep. Can we keep Dash Daniels? We can. And we can keep Chris Paul around too. So Chris Paul is a 72 overall. I actually want to keep him around. We want to guarantee this. So where is he? Where is Chris Paul? I want to get Chris Paul a ring. That's the objective of this video. We want to make sure we get Chris Paul a ring. He deserves it. He's been here this whole time and he's not been even playing for us. So Chris Paul, wherever you may be, will you come back and play with us for 1 more year? Will you be nice enough to come and join me wherever you may be. I can't believe he's dropped so much overalls. Okay. One more year. That's all I'm asking for you, man. That's all I'm asking. You come and join us, and we will take you to the promised land, potentially. Maybe. I don't know. So we have to worry about no one. We renounce the rights on... okay. We'll move across. So Chris Paul is coming back, hopefully. He does. He signs. Okay, so Chris Paul is here. And now we have to potentially worry about... we renounce the rights on Malachi Branham, which is a bit annoying. But we do have Devin Vassell, who's going to play that backup role. So do we have, like, any money? We have 18 mil. Oh, that's just for him. We have 5 mil. Malachi Branham... Look, we can look to maybe make a trade with him. So we'll offer him some money just as a piece to make a trade with. We can't actually do that. So we can't sign him. Okay, that's great. Unless we maybe ditch both these guys. I don't think either of them are going to play for us. I should have kept him on his trade pieces. What can we offer him? I don't think we can offer him much. Okay, whatever. That's fine. Look, we're going to potentially look to make a big trade right now. We need to win this year. And I'm being silly right now, but it is what it is. So Stephen Castle is going to go up to an 84 as a shooting guard, which is great to see. So we have a lineup of Stephen Castle, Sohan, and Vassell are going to be off the bench. Darren Sharp is also there too. So yeah, we're going to have to maybe think about moving Isaiah Joe to a small forward spot, which is nice. Okay. Maybe we get into the season and we make a trade once we figure out what's going on. Okay, so Laurie is starting to regress, which is bad. So we do need to win this year. That's the thing we need to do. And I think this is the rotation we have on the screen right now. Ace Bailey and Wemby hopefully are going to carry us to the promised land. So hopefully we can win. And I think we might make a trade pretty soon into the season so we can maybe fix up some stuff. Because letting Branham go and Dash Daniels go was pretty silly on my behalf. But let's have a look at this team, what this team could be. So we're going to run an 8-man rotation. Jomaz will drop this down to a bit of a smaller utilization. So Isaiah Joe doesn't even get into the lineup, which is fine by me. We should probably sign another point guard. I don't think we have the money to. That is going to be fine. So let's see how we go for the first few games. Hopefully we can get some wins. So a win there, a loss there, a loss there, a win there. Okay, this is not going too well. All right, I'm going to make some moves. For a reason, Jeremy Sohan and our first round pick with 2 more first round picks is going to get us VJ Edgecombe and Kyle Kuzma. And I think I'm crazy not to do this. So we add to our depth by quite a lot, which I really like. So VJ Edgecombe apparently is going to be starting over Stephen Castle, which I'm actually fine with. Ace Bailey and Kyle Kuzma is going to start over Lauri Markkanen. We drop Lauri Markkanen to a 6-man role. Pretty interesting. Stephen Castle, Vassell, and Williams is going to round out our rotation, which I don't hate that. I don't hate that at all. We're a 4.5-star balanced. Okay. Let's see if this somehow fixes us. We win our first 2 games. Okay, I'll catch you guys at the end of the year. 55 and 27 in our last year in charge. Shea is your MVP. Rookie of the Year goes to Troy Kelly. Trae Young, 6-man of the year. 6-man? Wow, okay, interesting. Victor Wembanyama is the Defensive Player of the Year. Most Improved goes to Archie Cooper. Devin Booker is the Clutch Player of the Year. Billy Donovan and John Murphy are your Coach and Executives of the Year. But we weren't too far behind OKC, which is insane. We are the 2nd seed. And hopefully that means our changes that we made really paid off. So 21 points and 10 assists, or 10 rebounds, my mistake, to Wemby. VJ Edgecombe came in and did amazing. 20.6 rebounds, 3 assists. Ace Bailey 18, Darius Garland almost 18, Kyle Kuzma 14. Even Markkanen played, okay in his role, 6 man off the bench. I did actually realize my stats were wrong. I was on a different screen, so Laurie wasn't as bad as I thought, but 6 man role for him is doing well. Castle obviously is not taking that big jump forward, but that's fine. He's cool off the bench. So let's see what they want to do. They want to leave all these guys. Okay, so they kind of want to leave out as is. That is completely fine by me. So let's see who we get in round 1. We come up against the Kings. I'm just going to simulate the round and see what happens. So we go up and we go up by 5. Okay, cool. Who do the Kings actually have? Fox, Carter, the Bannister. Wow. Okay, so they had the last year Rookie of the Year. Pretty interesting. Keegan Murray. Keegan Murray was on the trades that actually came up for us. So the Rockets have a pretty interesting team, to be honest, but I think we can get the... Okay. They want to start Vassell. I want to keep Edgecombe in. Thank you very much. We'll just give as many minutes as we can to our starting guys. Are we really going to get sent home? This is year 5, man. So we have an okay first quarter. They have a pretty good second quarter. And it looks like we're going to run away with it a little bit here. So we force a game 5. Can we force a game 6, please? Please, can we force a game 6? Okay, so we have a pretty average first quarter. Our second quarter is also very bad. We're going home. We are going home. We get blown out. Okay, so the Spurs are just cursed. I'm not meant to win the NBA championship, apparently. That was 5 years of rebuilding the Spurs. I guess the Rockets end up winning. And Tejan Peterway is your finals MVP. I guess let me know down below if I made any mistakes. Let me know if you would have done anything differently. Next video will most likely be the Golden State Warriors rebuild. I'm actually very excited to jump into that one. And then we have like a Bulls rebuild, we have a Kings rebuild. There's so many trades going on at the moment, as like I just said at the start of this video. DeMar DeRozan got traded to the Kings, so it's going to be really interesting to see how they go next year too. But thank you guys so much for watching. Sorry I couldn't get a ring, hopefully the next video, but I'll catch you guys in the next one.